Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm reading today for Aries energy. So for anyone who's Aries rising or who has Aries placements in the chart, or cross watchers, welcome as always. So I have to apologize today. Firstly, you can hear my voice is a little bit scratchy. I'm recovering from a cold. I'm also trying to negotiate a plumber to come round kind of unexpectedly. So I may get interrupted. I'm sorry your reading's going to be late. It's life's throwing me those curveballs at the moment, and all we can do is keep smiling, keep going, right? So excuse me, sorry, hopefully it'll clear up the more I talk. So oh, there you go. Magic. Maybe throat chakra's acting up. Remember to leave me a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out, and I am trying to aim to get to 1,000 subscribers. That would be really nice. So thank you as always, those of you who constantly support and watch my videos. It's very, very much appreciated. Right, let's jump into it. So just general reading, we're going to go and see what's going on for Aries energy. I am going to read for a person. I may use you, but it may not be you. It may be somebody that you're dealing with. So they may be telling you about somebody around you as well. So just to be aware, I'm not necessarily calling you out. I don't know what the cards are going to say, but we're just going to read for Aries energy. What message wants to come through for Aries energy? Aries energy, please. So we have Five of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles. What's this? The Hierophant. The Hierophant energy has been coming through strongly. Kind of as I was preparing the decks, I kind of took note of the Hierophant. It can mean a lot of different things. We'll kind of clarify. And anything else, please? Oh, hello. Lover's card. Love to see it. It's one of my favourite Lover's cards as well. It kind of looks like Mars and Venus, or Aries and Aphrodite, depending on which system you're using. God of War and the God of romance and love and passion. They're both very, very passionate energies, Mars and Venus. So a very, very passionate lover's card. And it's really beautiful as well. I love like the dolphins in the background. Yeah, really, really nice. So for whoever I'm reading for, or the collective energy I'm reading for Aries, there's some combativeness here starting the reading. So the Five of Wands is an energy of trying to win, right? Which is very Aries, trying to win, beating the competition. You may actually be physically kind of wrestling with people or something like this. It is a card about physical fighting sometimes, so please be careful. But it's more a card about like trying to win, trying to beat the competition. Could mean that there's some conflict or arguments around you as well, but we will clarify. Nine of Pentacles, this is a very independent energy. It's financially independent. It's, I can stand on my own 2 feet here. I've got my own money to spend. Kind of giving like Beyonce energy, like independent woman. So she, he, they, however it resonates, right? But the Nine of Pentacles is very, very kind of financially independent, or independent in terms of like your skills or something practical and tangible. If you are not independent, you may be craving more independence. Again, quite a typical Aries energy. We've got the Hierophant showing up. Now, the Hierophant is some kind of, it's normally quite a controlling energy, not necessarily in a bad way, right? It's like the people in charge. So it can indicate like the government. It can indicate church. It can indicate patriarchy in terms of fathers or grandfathers. This kind of we make the rules, we make the traditions, we make the customs, we make the law. These are our values. It can also indicate God in your reading if that is relevant for you. But it is kind of like that kind of typically masculine patriarchal system energy. It can also indicate marriage. So we'll kind of keep clarifying and see what else comes out. The Three of Wands, this is not being able to reach a decision, not being able to, because the Two of Wands is like choosing, right, making a decision, and the Three of Wands is I've made my decision and I'm waiting for a return on my investment. I'm waiting for my ships to come in. Yeah, I've made a decision and I'm waiting. In the reverse, it's like either your ships are not coming in, right, no return on this investment kind of thing, or you cannot make a decision. Like this is you're oscillating in some sort of way. The Lovers card is also a card about making a choice. It used to be called The Choice, and it talks about the need to make a heart-based decision, a decision that's right for you, a decision that resonates with you, right? Not a decision that other people want you to make, or a decision of the mind, but a decision of the heart and the passion. What makes you passionate? What do you want to do? The Lovers card also, as you can imagine, can indicate romantic relationships and sexual relationships. So there could be romance coming in for you. You could be having a little getaway with somebody special. It could mean a lot of different things, but we'll clarify as usual. It could just mean you actually, because these two cards together is kind of like not making a decision. It could be that you're waiting for some kind of government body to make a decision, and that decision's not coming, waiting for some kind of like official verdict, or some kind of reply from kind of a higher establishment. It's just not coming. And then instead making your own choices based on your own passions. It could be something like that. You are quite fiery. You've got two cards from the Wands suit. Wands is your typical energy, being a fire sign. This is fiery, passionate, if it feels right, I'm going to do it energy. So that's quite healthy for you as a fire sign. I'd say that they're not the strongest cards that could have come out for you from the Wands energy, because you've got combativeness, which could be good or bad depending on the situation, and this kind of frustrating energy of not moving forward. Yeah, I don't know, I'm hearing sack it, like you're done waiting for something, you're just going to go and do what feels good. So and be independent and not be kind of controlled by whatever this Hierophant energy is in the middle. We'll see what comes out with the clarifiers. So I'm going to get some energy now for energy kind of around you that's affecting you. So this is your energy. This is kind of the environmental energy. We'll see what comes out. Queen of Wands there poking through at the bottom, because somebody could be very attractive or make you feel very attractive. You could be very confident at this time. Okay, what's going on, please? Tell me about the Five of Wands for Aries. Tell me about the Five of Wands for Aries. Six of Wands. That's success. That is, I beat off the competition and I won. It's not come out as you. It could be somebody else wins, somebody else gets success that you were in competition with. Again, we'll keep clarifying, we'll keep peeling back those layers, but I asked for Aries energy here and environmental energy. So it could just be you're competing to be the successful one. You're competing for some kind of status symbol. You're competing for some kind of accolade or applause from some sort of group. Like, you want that respect, you want that you want that glory, I guess. The Knight of Pentacles, please. Oh, immediately. Right, you've got two cards for this. So you've got the Hangman and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there's this really stuck energy. I don't know what this is, but I think you're getting really fed up with it. So it's like you've been waiting for success, but you do have this, it feels quite worky. It has this feeling of like, I should say actually, you get like university quite a lot in your readings, Aries. So I don't know if some of you are at uni, or you work in education, or like something like this with the Hierophant. So just to kind of throw that out there. Yeah, somebody's dragging their heels. It's like somebody's not making a decision here. Somebody's looking at things from different angles, right? This is trying to get a new perspective. Somebody's trying to get a new perspective. They're trying to remain very, very balanced. They could be juggling. So if this was romantic for you, it could be a situation where, somebody's got two people and they don't know, they can't make their mind up between, or they're trying to keep both happy. I'm hearing robbing Peter to pay Paul. So yeah, it could be somebody who's doesn't want to rock the boat, right? But they're kind of dragging their heels to make a decision. You're getting impatient. It could be something like that. And again, it doesn't have to be romance. It can be, I think you had a few weeks back, you had something about, like having a friend and wanting to go and do the same university course, right, or go to the same university, and you've made your decision, you've applied, and like your friend is kind of like going, oh, I don't know if this is the right course for me, maybe we should go here, maybe we should go there, and you're like, well, I've kind of already applied. You know, like, make your mind up. You know, it could be that you've applied, you've got the decision, like, yes, you know, you need to confirm that you want this place, and your friend's still oscillating, and you're like, do I confirm that I want the place or not? It's that kind of energy to it. Well, you seem pretty good on your own. You're like, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. Like, this person that seems to be really indecisive and dragging the heels. It's coming through as Aquarius, but Libra energy as well. Libra is very much like, you're like, this feels right, this seems fun, let's do this thing, let's not overthink it. Libra's like, I'm going to overthink this. I'm going to look at this from every single angle, which is not a bad thing, right? It's just two different opposing energies. So Aries energy by itself is like very impulsive, very spontaneous, very much, it feels right in the moment. And again, just remember, you've got a full birth chart, so all the different placements of all the different planets will, especially your Mars placement, will control how you take action and why you do things. But Aries energy by itself, as a pure force, is this spontaneous energy, which is why you're the fool in the tarot, right? It's not to say that you're a fool, but you've got that happy-go-lucky kind of nature where sometimes it's going to get you in trouble, sometimes it's going to make you get into mistakes, right? Sometimes you're going to sign up for something that you think, oh, that's not as much fun as I thought it was going to be, I'm going to go and do something else now, right? But it's very easy for you to do that. It's very easy for Aries to cut your losses and go and do something that feels better. It's like, this is boring, let's go and do something else, and you don't overthink it. Where Libra is a much more balanced energy, that wants to say, I don't want to waste I want to make the right decision. So it's like, I'm going to look at this from all different angles. I'm going to really analyze this. I'm going to really pay attention to the details. I'm going to weigh everything up in my mind, which is this kind of energy. Normally they're juggling two pentacles. So I'm going to weigh everything up in my mind. So that when I make a decision, I'm 100% sure that I've made the right decision. So it's like Libras are very, my decision is final, because they put a lot of thought into it. If you think about judges, right? Libra's the judge in the zodiac. So yeah, you really feel like you're dealing with somebody with maybe a lot of Libra in the chart, or Aquarius, but it's really like struggling to make this decision, right? And it could be perhaps that it feels like very slow movement, right? This person's riding through water, so it's like there's resistance to this person moving forward. It could be there's something going on in their situation that's causing this resistance as well. What's the Hierophant, please? Wow, that came up immediately. Yeah, you're getting impatient. Whatever this is, like, I mean, it could be somebody around you as well. It's showing up in the environmental energy. No patience. No patience. I'm hearing no tolerance. So again, the Hierophant could indicate a patriarchal figure for you, or you could be a patriarchal figure and somebody's losing patience with perhaps the rules that are being imposed. Somebody's losing patience with doing things by the book, doing things the right way. It's like, I just want to go out and have fun. Oh, I should mention my my intuitive messages. I had something about something like a festival type environment. I was sat on the floor on like a, I don't know, like a blanket or something, with other people. There was a lot of other people around, and I was sat on a blanket. So it could be something about festivals. It had that kind of feel to it, or like a conference, something like that. But everyone was on the floor. Finding the right book. So I had this thing about being in front of a bookcase and trying to find the right book. It almost felt like a mystery, you know, like a Scooby-Doo type thing. It's like, which is the right book? So I don't know if you have to find a book and find the right book. I don't know if that's for somebody. And my necklace. So every time since last night, I did some yoga and I did some meditation, and then when I meditated to tune into your energy today, I felt it again. It's like something's playing with my necklace. It's like I'm sat completely still, and yet my necklace is moving. So I don't know, there could be something about a necklace for somebody, perhaps a necklace hidden in a book. That seems very obscure, but we'll see. So Temperance, impatience. It's interesting, you've got this real struggle to Be balanced, to be temperate here, to be patient, to not rock the boat. And then this, it's almost like a tower moment. It's almost like just letting it all fall, or I don't know. It could be a struggle for this person to be patient, which means that, you know, a bit like pulling a piece of elastic, it snaps back eventually. It may have that kind of feel to it. And just be careful as well around drink. Temperance in reverse can indicate somebody overdoing it. Three of Wands in reverse. Very trapped. Yeah, this person, they really don't know what to do. I don't know who this person is for you, but they're completely stuck in their thoughts. They feel like they can't move. They feel like every time they try and move, there's resistance to it. They feel like they're running out of patience. So again, flip it and reverse it if needs be, because that running out of patience feels like Aries energy. It could also be that they're aware that you're running out of patience, although you've got the Hierophant in your energy, so you could actually be the patient one in this situation. Tell me about the Lovers card, please. The Lovers card for Aries. Why is the Lovers card here? Going on situationally for the Lovers card. Ten of Wands. Something here, one of these choices feels like a heavy burden. It feels like for some of you, you've got a heavy load that you're carrying for somebody, if to put it as politely as possible. Okay, moving swiftly on. Yeah, for others of you, this feels like a heavy burden on somebody's shoulders. I don't mean to say that in a mean way, but it's I feel a little bit of exhaustion coming from this side, because they're trying to juggle, they feel stuck, they're in the head. It feels frustrating on this side. So I don't necessarily think that they want to not be in, if this is somebody that you're connected with, I don't think it's necessarily that they want to not be in this connection, but just be careful that you're not putting too much pressure on them, especially if they're trying to work their way out of one situation. It feels a little bit like you want to get moving and they're stuck in something from the past, like they don't know how to get out of it. So just be wary that they may not know what to do, because we've got the Page of Wands here on the underline as well, and the Page of Wands is this person, I mean, it is your energy, it's quite spontaneous, it's quite I want to figure something out, I want to investigate this, I want to investigate what makes me passionate, I want to do things that feel fun, I want to experiment. So it feels this experimental energy, but it's quite immature. What have we got in the underline of your energy? Ace of Swords, some sort of truth or idea, piece of information coming towards you. Let's get some clarifiers on this. So the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands, please, for Aries. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There could be some conflict in some sort of home environment. It could be that you've or a work environment as well, with it being Pentacles. It's kind of connected to this Hierophant energy for me. It's like legacy, home, environment, money, and in the reverse it feels like it's not as secure as it could be, or it's not. Normally the Ten of Pentacles in the upright is like it's this beautiful house, and you've got the grandparents there, and you've got the baby there, and it's like the whole family, the big family around the table that's full of food. It's like having that secure environment for you and your whole family, your extended family, right? And in the reverse with the Five of Wands, it's showing me there's conflict within a situation that should feel very, very secure. It doesn't feel secure. So it could be, excuse me, for example, it could be the type of environment where the family in the home that you grow up in, you had siblings and you always felt like you were in competition with your siblings. It could be the way that your parents brought you up was that you were always trying to be the best of the siblings, because this is like this is success, this is everybody cheering somebody on, but it could be like only one of you gets cheered on at a time, something like that. But it doesn't feel as solid and grounded and secure as it should do. It feels like there's conflict within that environment and somebody's out to win. So I don't know what that is for you, but take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. The Nine of Pentacles and the Hangman and the Two of Pentacles then. So that makes sense why you would want some independence from that, why you would want to stand on your own 2 feet financially. If you feel like, if you were reliant on some kind of family situation where there was a lot of conflict, where you always had to prove yourself, perhaps it's like even something like, sorry, just to bring it really down to kind of adolescent years, it's like if you get A's, we'll give you your spans, you know. If you if you doing what we expect of you, then we'll give you money, but if you don't, we won't, kind of thing. It's like you're reliant on some kind of institutional family or something like that for money, where it's like I would rather have my own money and do my own thing, and not have to prove myself to anyone, potentially. Five of Cups. Whatever's going on here, there's this sense of disappointment that things didn't work out. I feel like you're moving on from something and somebody else is kind of still stuck in it. So again, it could be a situation where you're the oldest child, you have your own job, you know, and you can go and get your own house, you know, you can go and live with whoever you want to live with because you're making your own money. But perhaps there's siblings that are still stuck in it, and still you know, younger siblings who you know, aren't financially independent and they want to come with you, but you're like, I can't take you with me. It could be something like that. But there is emotional disappointment here for something in the past. It's like the people left behind. It's the way it's coming through, where you're actually moving towards your Two of Cups, which could be this Lover's card, which is what's right for you. So I do think you're thinking about others here. You're thinking about the other people who are still in that kind of environmental situation, but at the same time you need to move forward. It's like it's time for you to move forward. But you are still considerate of these people who feel stuck. Hierophant and Temperance in reverse, Strength card. You could actually get a lot of strength through your religious beliefs, through your spiritual beliefs. This could be a source of strength for you, a source of confidence. You could actually quite enjoy playing by the rules. So, for example, with the Five of Wands and the Hierophant and the Six of Wands, it's like, I know how to have success here. It's like, well, I know that if I do A, B, and C, I'm going to get good grades. And if I get those good grades, I'm going to get a good job and I'm going to, you know, have a lot of money. It's like, if I play by the rules, if I engage with this structure, yeah, it feels like whatever it is, like environmentally, it is like a playbook. It's like a rule book. It's like, this is the way it's done. If you do it this way, you'll succeed, right? It's like the way the game is played. So that gives you a sense of security, and that gives you a sense of groundedness and like that solid ground beneath your feet, because you're like, I'm playing by the rules, I'm guaranteed success. And yet there's this Temperance in reverse here. Why is the Temperance card in reverse? Seven of Wands. There's some defensiveness from whatever this energy is. This person, they do feel like they like to try and get the upper hand. They do feel like they like to win. They're a bit defensive about their choices, perhaps. There's definitely a little bit of combativeness between these two. I don't know if this is like a sibling or... it feels like this is a different person to this. It feels like this is what you're moving towards. With that Five of Cups, it feels like you're going towards your Two of Cups, right? You're going towards... like you're moving out, you're getting married, you're going to be with the person, the love of your life, you know, but like somebody feels left behind. Could be drinking too much and defensive about this. It could be that if you are married, it's interesting, you've got independence and marriage here. You get a lot of strength from this union. Tell me about the Eight of Swords and the Three of Wands in reverse. Ace of Cups, yeah. Now the Ace of Cups is unconditional love. You could recognize the fact that somebody else is stuck, and still give them that love, right? You can still has a little bit of a feeling of I recognize that this person's stuck. I recognize that this person can't come with me right now. I recognize that this person is not my ship that coming in right now. I recognize that this is the situation, and yet I still love them, and yet I still have unconditional love for them. Yet I still know that they have unconditional love for me, even though perhaps we can't be together at this point. Perhaps it's not the right time. You know, it's like, this may not be my person, or this may not be the situation that's happening, but we have this love, which is the Ace of Cups for me is like divine love, right? It's not anything that can be taken away. It's unconditional. It's and it could be something like, this person has problems, you know, this person has some sort of issue that they're dealing with, which mean that you can't be in a relationship with them at this time while they fight that battle, but you still love them and you still accept that about them. You know, it's okay, this situation is a not right now situation, but I still want what's best for you. I still care about you. I still have love for you, you know, something like that with the Ace of Cups. And then you have the Lovers and the Ten of Wands. Tell me about the Lovers and the Ten of Wands, please. Double Libra here, and Taurus in the middle. And really interesting that it's 2-2. Pandora's box, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Justice, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. What is this? I just need a clarifier on the Ten of Wands specifically. Tell me about the Ten of Wands. What is the Ten of Wands? Explain the Ten of Wands. Is this in reverse? The Star in reverse. It feels a little bit like letting go of a dream. Or recognizing that one dream that you had wasn't right for you. It's like the recognition that somebody went for something and it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. So you've got two characters here. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles can be like a father figure, a boss, a husband. It's Taurian energy, doesn't have to be a Taurus, but it's like somebody who's very, very dependable, somebody who shows their love through providing. So, you know, I work really hard to earn money so that I can buy you nutritious food, is the way that a Pentacles person would show love. I'm the provider. I'm the person who creates stability. I'm the person who makes these kind of situations, right? You've got double Taurus, I should say. You know, these Ten of Pentacles, like legacy situations where it's like you provide the home, you provide the solid, stable, balanced workforce, you provide the safe environment, you know, and it does feel a little bit like this person, or somebody could be doing some self-reflection here as well, just with these wolves. Noticing you've got the 3 white wolves as well. So this feels like this could be one of these 2 characters. Does feel like you're finding a companion who is like you, because the Lover's card is divinely guided. The Lover's card is your heart's choice, right? Soulmate type energy. And you've got these 2 cards with, like, if you look at all the other cards on the table, you don't have from this deck this kind of doubled energy. So you've got the Lover's card, and then it's like they're identical. It's like they are just like you in some sort of way. They could be, you know, your yin yang in a way, but it's like this person is my person. This person is my 2 of Cups. some mirroring and reflection going on here, perhaps. And the Queen of Swords is, it can be a woman who's been divorced. I'm just really thinking about like the Nine of Pentacles with the Hierophant here. Doesn't have to be that. The Queen of Swords and the Justice card as well, it really is that kind of, how I was talking down here about the person who, they really, really want to think very hard about a decision. You know, this is not somebody, you could actually be dealing with a court situation, by the way. But it's like, this is not somebody who just runs into things. This is not somebody who does something on a whim. Neither of these energies are. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords are, they put a lot of thought into things. They like things to, when they come to a decision, they've thought long and hard about it, and they really care about not rocking the boat, or, you know, thinking about all the different factors involved, or keeping that stability, keeping that foundation, keeping that just keeping the balance, right? This is kind of slow and steady wins the race energy, which again, there could be somebody quite impatient about this in the environment. But ultimately, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, they're not necessarily lovers in the tarot, but you never know, right? But those two energies together, King of Pentacles and Queen of Swords, very it's like this kind of like clear-sighted, dependable, thoughtful, logical, grounded energy. And that's not to say this can't be fun. You know, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, both Venus energy. Interesting that both Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus. You have Venus and Mars here. Aries, you're ruled by Mars. So it does feel like the Venus is represented by this King of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. Venus is like a, you know, they love luxury. They love things that are beautiful. You know, they're very tactile. You could have a lot of fun with Venus energy, Aries. But it could have a feeling of, because the 10 represents some kind of big change, right? Some kind of, it's like dropping all the burdens. It could be, with this being Pandora's box and justice, it could be, if I go for this, if I choose my heart, if I choose my Venus, whatever that is for you, right? We've got both genders here. There's a lot of genders. There's more than 2 genders, sorry. Whoever your Venus is, right? Whoever the person that you're passionate about, the person who feels like they're your soulmate, the person who feels like they're your 2 of Cups, the person who makes you feel like Mars, right? Who makes you feel like Aries, Mars energy. Like, I'm going to seize what I want. I am the best. I am the most successful. look at this Venus that I'm with. You know, it's that kind of like quite kind of oomph energy, which, you know, very much this kind of energy. I'm gonna have the best. You know, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna fight off the competition. I'm gonna have the best. It could be that whatever this is for you, it is quite unstabilizing, you know, destabilizing. It could mean that if you go for what you want, it could create a tower moment where the person that you're connecting with, I think you're recognizing, is more of a steady, grounded, let's think about this, let's do this by the rules, let's move slowly so that we don't create havoc in our lives. It could be that there's that kind of thing going on there. All right, let's get you an advice card, please. Advice for Aries, please. Advice for Aries. But I mean, it looks like it'll balance. It looks like it's worth waiting for, right? If this is your Venus, whatever that means to you, like, you know, definitely worth waiting for. Definitely, you know, good things come to those who wait. And just interesting with the star in reverse. It feels like letting go of a previous situation that, you know, at one time looked really, really good, but it turned out to be a situation where you were carrying a lot of burdens. You were carrying a lot of baggage from whatever this past situation was that wasn't your star, right? It was perhaps a false star. So you've got birth, 4. Again, 4 is a symbolic of those foundations that we're trying to establish here, or, you know, that you didn't have in some kind of situation. And then balance. Yeah, it feels like, definitely feels like, almost like if you think about like the tower in the tarot, the tower moments coming to test the tower to see if it's going to stand or fall. Is this structure built to last? Is this fit for purpose? And if it's not, then the tower's foundations will crumble and the whole tower will come down. If the tower has firm foundations and a tower moment comes in, the tower will continue to stand, or at least be repairable. So this feels like building the solid, strong, secure foundations of a future tower. So let's see number 4. Number 4 is quite a strong energy. It's kind of like the major arcana in this deck. The sun shines upon a plain in England, where stands an ancient henge in the distance and a grove of birch trees nearby. Upon many of the trees is carved the old Celtic Ogham letter Beith, which represents the birch tree and stands for birth. A beautiful woman walks forward carrying a basket while two children run happily towards her. With this card, it's time for a new start, perhaps an actual birth, or at least a metaphorical one. An old phase is passing away and a new one begins. But even this new beginning has its... I should probably say just be careful if you don't want to get pregnant right now. Just make sure, you know, you take proper precautions there, because you're getting some quite a bit of symbolism for birth and, you know, the uterus and things. Hang on. But even this new beginning has its roots in your deepest histories and your past lives. There may be some labour involved, but it's a labour that bears fruit. I can't pick that up, I'm sorry, I'm just going to leave it there. This card is fully associated with fertility, sensuality and motherhood. Again, strong Venus energy. There may be a new energy in a romance, the family or in the home. You could be giving birth to a creative project too. Whatever it is, celebrate. Prepare for the wonderful growth and opportunities that are about to come. And there's a little meditation here if you want to do this. Close your eyes and imagine yourself stepping into the proverbial pregnant moment. Feel the creative forces popping and sparking within you and around you. What would you like to create with this energy? So the pregnant moment is like the potential for something, right? Creative energy. And then 7 of Forces, we have balance. This card reveals a time of harmony, balance, and justice. It's interesting, you've got Justice card here, right? If you want to think about the Lovers card as being almost like yin-yang energy, that could be, you know, your counterpart who's just like you, but also balances you out. A bit like Mars and Venus, you know, Aries and Libra, they're polar opposites, but also there's balance in there, especially if you learn to adjust your own temperament to suit that other person. You know, if you recognize that this person has a different process to me, you know, and you make room for that, and they also do this for you, then, you know, you can have a nice situation there of mutual respect and understanding, right? Sometimes opposites really do attract. This card reveals a time of harmony, balance and justice in your life. The desk holds balanced scales, scrolls and stacks of papers. Shelves of books. It's interesting, I was talking about the bookshelves, right? Shelves of books. I've lost where I'm up to. I'm sorry. Shelves of books grace a wall where the door opens onto a light-filled room. Upright, this card indicates that a time of balance is at hand. All systems, through the body, through nature and through society, seek to achieve balance. Stop and consider the parts of your life that you can bring into greater balance. During this time, the universe helps you to do so. You may have to confront important legal issues. We do have the Justice card here in this kind of government. You may have to deal with some paperwork of some kind, or there may need to There may be a need for legal action regarding property, inheritance, work contracts, custody, or divorce. Be patient and pay attention to details, as technicalities will be important right now. But things bode well, justice is at hand. Take heart at the sight of the golden light that washes over the scene, a sign that all issues will come to light and that a beneficial and just resolution is coming your way. Justice is balance in society, but the Akashic records show that justice is not limited strictly to court and contract situations. Justice and reciprocity are energetic, so the energy you put forth now will return to you in the future. Remember that your energy production is up to you. Continue to be aware of your thoughts and actions. Inner balance now leads to a beautiful destiny tomorrow. Close your eyes and see yourself putting on the robes of a court judge. Look upon any situation in your life. It's so funny because I'm picking up on all this Libra, like Judge Judy energy, and it feels like it's coming through as advice for you. Look upon any situation in your life that requires a balanced understanding, whether it's a legal matter or any other situation. See it with the wisdom of Solomon and determine what to do next. So just as a side note, that thing there about you may have to deal with paperwork of some kind. There may be something about property, inheritance, work contracts, custody, or divorce. Pay attention to the details. I'm just going to pull a few cards out to kind of show you what came through in an off-camera reading the other day. Okay, so I just want to quickly show you I can't remember all the cards and I didn't take a picture of the reading, but I remember some of them because it seemed to carry a very, very similar message to what just came through there. So I just want to kind of re-emphasize it because it could be quite important to somebody, especially if you're looking at property or something, because there was this energy of it was like somebody was calling something in, somebody was manifesting something, and they were surrounded by this kind of blue energy which had this message of you've already got what you need, it's already around you or something. But they were trying to call in this big moon. It was like they were trying to summon it in, or they were trying to manifest something, right? Like speaking something into existence was the way it was coming through. And then it was followed by this card, and can you see this moon behind? Can you see this moon behind the structure, the golden palace? So it's almost like trying to have the perfect home, or trying to like wanting something. It's like whatever this structure is, right? Like trying to summon this structure in was the way it's coming through. So it's almost like as this moon, as an energy, like continues to pass through, it's like it reveals this manifestation. So it's almost like you already have what you're asking for, was the way it was coming through. It's already there, or like the thing that you've been summoning in is there, you just can't quite see it yet. But there was this message about it's something about like, because this person's like low in the forest, it's almost like maybe they couldn't quite see it. It's like all they were seeing was this, right? All they were seeing were the roots of the trees or the foundation of the trees, and it's like this was just coming into view almost, but it's like it's almost like a perspective change or something like that. But then there was this message about details. And I was just really, really drawn to like the root system. And I was getting this message through as well about like, if you're buying a property, right, perhaps you found what you think is the perfect home. It's like pay attention to the land itself. It's like there's something important about the land. It's like the land is more important than the actual house. So it's like if you're buying a house and it looks like a beautiful house, you know, get the full survey, because it could be something wrong with the land where, you know, water may come in and like cause a landslide, or like you know, the foundations of the property itself may not be very good. So even though it looks like this golden palace, like the foundations may not be right. So be very, very careful if people are trying to rush you to sign a contract or to sign a mortgage agreement. It's like, do go away and look at the details. You know, perhaps, you know, I don't know if they still do this anymore, but when I bought my house, we got this like full detailed thing about like all the like tiny details of the house. So it's like, I don't know, where's this, where's that, you know, when was this installed, when did you have this done? So it's like, look, actually read it, actually read all the documents and paperwork that you're given, because there's something about the land. And the message that was coming through is like, if you're buying a property or whatever this is for you, it's like inheriting a property or buying a property. It's like the real value isn't in the house itself. The real value is in the land it's on. So it could be a message of like, you know what I did was I don't know if it's the best strategy for me or not. They say when you're buying a house, buy the worst house in the best area because you can really increase the value. So if you buy a house that's like, you know, it needs new windows, it needs a new boiler. Hi, my house. Like these are the things that I've been doing to my house. So like it's not a beautiful house, but structurally we've been working on the structure. So it's like you buy the cheapest house in the best area, and then when you do it up, you can make a really big profit on it. So that could be something for somebody, but it's like the land itself, the postcode could be important, you know, especially if you're having children and you want to get them into a good school, you might want to make sure that you get into the catchment area of that school. So it's like the land is more important than the actual visual property, you know, the way that the property looks. You could have an absolutely gorgeous house and it could have terrible foundations, it could be in a really bad area. So it's like really pay attention to the details. I really want to emphasize that because it seems to be a message for somebody. And it also, on the underline of the deck, it had this wishing well card, which can be like, be careful what you wish for, especially with the star in reverse. I really want to emphasize that as well, because it's like it could be throwing your money away, right? Throwing your money into a well, like it's a bottomless pit. You could keep, you know, if you buy the wrong house and it's like my house and it's got everything wrong with it, you know, you could be like just throwing money at it. Where it's like, just I don't know, this like this kind of fool's gold thing coming through. So especially with all the gold, please be careful if you're buying a house, moving, doing anything with property or land. Pay attention to the land itself. You know, the devil's in the details here. Make sure you know what you're buying before you sign on the dotted line, okay? Because there could be trickster energy about as well. All right, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Do take care of yourselves, Aries. I'm glad that we got to the end of the reading before I got my phone call, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care, friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Bye.